Hello everyone, I'm Natalia Bilbao, and here's what's happening in LA this week. Proud Angelinos, council members, and city officials came together to celebrate the LGBTQ community during a pride parade in the heart of Hollywood. With colorful representation from different organizations, including city departments, participants celebrated love and called for compassion and protection.
The clouds are out today, but that will not dull our shine!
Today in Hollywood, we are celebrating Pride, and we've completely taken over 2023 Pride!
We're in Hollywood in CD13, joining our colleagues Hugo Soto-Martinez and our partners ACLU and many other organizations.
It is great to be out here with the fire department, the library, DWP, and LA Civil Rights, celebrating love and inclusion in Los Angeles.
This is all about coming together as a community. We're here to celebrate who we are and what we represent and who we represent. So the LAFD is here for the community, and we stand strong.
This is actually the birthplace of the first Pride Parade in the city of Los Angeles. So I'm excited to bring community together and really highlight the historical significance of this district and just have a great time.
Enjoy the day. It is colorful and we're all here to celebrate one another.
Happy Pride!
Now, more than ever, it's important that the LGBTQ community come together and not only feel supported, but feel celebrated. There are far too many pieces of anti-LGBTQ legislation working their way through our government. That's not what we're about. It's certainly not what Hollywood is about.
We can't just stand in rhetoric and in words. We have to show up and be present in events like these to show that we got your back.
We are all here without fear, no matter how much hate there is out there.
We're seeing that our Black trans women are still the most impacted by incarceration, criminalization, and even murder. And so we need to step up in this moment to make sure those communities are safe.
Especially in this moment in time where there's so much hate going around, that we fight back and do as much as we can.
This is an event that draws people from really all over the city and even all over the state to come together to celebrate love, to celebrate compassion, and frankly, for this to be a public forum where people can express themselves. That's what we're doing here today.
However they choose to live, we love it.
We are trying to do what we feel in here. We like to see the pretty, not the ugly.
We are here to show that love always trumps hate.
Everybody is included in the city of LA.
When we invest in love and inclusion as a city, we win in Los Angeles. It is an honor to be out here.
Everyone that was here today, I hope you had a wonderful time. We'll be back here next year. Keep supporting and keep fighting.
Celebrate Pride, celebrate everybody, celebrate love.
The Los Angeles Pride Parade wasn't the only celebration this year. At City Hall, local leaders came together to honor the diverse community with an art exhibit that recognizes the many facets of pride.
So we are really excited to be kicking off LGBT Heritage Month and Pride Month and opening our True Colors Pride exhibit here at City Hall, which was a collaboration between the Council District 11 office, the Department of Cultural Affairs, our Transgender Advisory Council, and Human Rights here in the city of Los Angeles.
I'm really excited to be here for the launch of this exhibition. This exhibition shows the huge variety and diversity with all of the diverse flags. It's also an opportunity to see the artistry and the community input that has gone into creating these flags. The posters highlight who the artist was that designed the flag and gives a brief history of the community, when it was created, and what it means. And it's really a wonderful opportunity to uplift and show the work of all of the different parts of the LGBT community.
We are holding this celebration not only to commemorate and to celebrate the achievements of the community, but also to recognize the injustices that have happened. So this is a very particularly important month for me, and for sure for a lot of queer folks out there.
You know, this is a community that has fought for equality and civil rights for many decades, and they've made incredible progress. But so much of that work is under threat in many parts of our country. So it's essential that here in Los Angeles, we stand up and send a message that this work is important and that our city is open and welcoming for everyone.
Happy Pride, and you know, this is our month. I want you all to, I can't stress this enough, to take care of yourself so that we're able to take care of other people and our community. That's all. Happy Pride.
Pride Month is still in full swing, so make sure you stick around for upcoming events celebrating the LGBTQ community in this week's Things to Do. The Lakers, originally called the Detroit Gems, are nowadays recognized as a symbol of Los Angeles. A mural in Koreatown where some of its historic players were immortalized was recently unveiled. Always involved with the community, the Lakers continue to bring NBA magic to the streets of LA.
Well, this is an amazing day where we are really looking at a mural that was put together from the Lakers as a gift to Koreatown. Lakers are helping the youth at KYCC, and Bibigo is a Korean company that does food here and all over the world. So it's a collaboration of community celebrated by the Lakers because they're volunteering in this community, and what better place to do it than in the 10th district right here in Koreatown.
So I grew up a Laker fan, grew up in LA, and when the Lakers asked me to do this, I jumped at the opportunity, and then them and Bibigo wanted something that kind of showed their partnership by honoring the duos of modern Laker history. So then we narrowed down to 8 players that fit the criteria of being pretty much the top 2 players on their team at the time, and then figured out a way to try and make it work on the wall while incorporating the Koreatown imagery in the background to make it actually make sense in the neighborhood the mural is painted.
I am a little bit jealous that Kobe got two images, and me and Magic are over there on the side like that. What can you do? You know, I got to keep persevering. Hey, the image is extraordinary. Very happy to be a part of it.
I'm proud that Koreatown is in the 2nd Supervisorial District, and it's a classic partnership that's reflected in the mural. The mural shows the dynamic duos, and for me this is another dynamic duo, city and county partnering together, where the Lakers have come in to support phenomenal nonprofit organizations to really bring resources into the community that needs them the most. So for KYCC's kitchen to be updated, given what they did during the pandemic to help feed seniors and young people who are active in KYCC. And so the Lakers supporting these nonprofit organizations, it's what LA County and LA City is all about.
Even though pedestrians have the right-of-way in both marked and unmarked crossroads in California, accidents still occur. To increase pedestrian protection and warn approaching vehicles, a new hybrid pedestrian beacon has been activated in a critical intersection in Pacoima. Take a look.
Today is really exciting. We're activating a brand new signal here in Pacoima. There have been a series of incidents that have occurred at this intersection, and so we're trying to mitigate that going forward.
Before, they don't have lights to stop the traffic, so it's difficult to cross.
This is a high-intensity walking signal, so it allows drivers to really understand this is a place for them to slow down.
And now they can come easily to the church because it's 1 block from this crosswalk.
This is part of a $4.8 million federal earmark that I secured that is addressing some of the critical crosswalks throughout the 7th District. Working with the Department of Transportation, we're prioritizing those intersections that have had the most chronic incidents. This happens to be a part of the city of Los Angeles that for many, many decades has lacked a tremendous amount of infrastructure.
This is very important because people feel safer in this way.
I'm just excited that finally we're making all of these efforts come to light.
With heavy traffic in our city, bicycles seem to be a great transportation alternative. But the safety issues cyclists face deter many from riding. This was one of the many issues discussed at the Transportation Committee meeting in South LA, where Angelinos shared their concerns and hopes with city representatives.
We're here today to talk about bicycle safety. The Transportation Committee is here in District 10 to host a special Transportation Committee meeting where we're going to discuss safety around bike riders, around being able to cross the street, and we're also going to see a screening of bicycling while black.
So much of our meetings are downtown at City Hall, and it's not easy for people to get there, especially middle of the week, middle of the day. Then it's important that we sometimes bring those meetings out into the community.
I haven't seen that in the 4 years that I've been at the Department of Transportation.
This is the first time we've had a transportation committee in the community since COVID-19.
It's on a Saturday, so awesome. It gives people a chance to come out and express, sort of their concerns.
Thank you, Council, for coming down to South LA.
We live in South LA. It is the scariest place in Los Angeles, probably, to ride a bike. Getting home is an adventure every single day.
I've been hit by a car in this area more than once.
LA is the #1 city in the country for hit and runs.
If we watch and we look and we listen and respect one another, we wouldn't have problems.
It's really important to make time and space for these conversations.
This represents change and positive direction.
And we want to leave room for the next generation to feel confident to pick up a bike.
As you can see, people have come in or rolled in on their bicycles to be a part of this engagement. And that's really what's important about government, is to have community engagement.
It gives them a place where they can, actually talk to people and, in charge.
We need to change, and we're in a pivotal moment of our lives where we need change.
People are being over-policed on bikes, so we need to come out and make our voices heard so that we can get some of this change happening.
We want people to be able to go to school, to work, and come back safely on their bikes.
Our families were literally darting across Washington Boulevard in rush hour traffic trying to get to school.
I go to visit schools in CD1 where the bike racks are full, yet around the schools there are no bike lanes.
The budget when it comes to making changes for the streets and improvements are not happening in our areas as they are in other parts of the city.
We spent almost all of our time really digging into what does it mean to cycle in communities like South LA. And to be a pedestrian in communities like South LA. And I think that speaks to where Los Angeles wants to take its transportation conversation.
Los Angeles should be one of the great biking cities of the world, right? It's flat, it's basically a grid, it's sunny most days of the year. So we need to do what we can to make it easier and safer.
Bikes for LA!
Mayor Bass participates in the U.S. Conference of Mayors. The Los Angeles Department of Water and Power moves closer to a carbon-free future, and a $2 billion annual budget is approved for the Port of LA. These stories up next on City Beat.
Mayors from LA and Orange counties, including LA Mayor Karen Bass, recently attended the 4-day United States Conference of Mayors. At the conference, Mayor Bass met with federal and local leaders and participated in a forum on local strategies to reduce homelessness. During the meeting, Mayor Bass was named chair of the Task Force on Homelessness and was elected to serve as a member of the USCM Advisory Board. USCM task forces are designed to address individual issues requiring the immediate attention of a select group of mayors. Priorities included public safety, technology, innovation, achieving functional zero homelessness, and climate resiliency. For more info on the Mayor's Office, visit mayor.lacity.gov. The Los Angeles Department of Water and Power is taking a major step toward achieving 100% clean energy for the city of LA. By extending a wind power sales agreement, LADWP now sources approximately 262 megawatts of renewable energy from a major wind farm. As part of LADWP's renewable energy portfolio since 2010, the Windy Point project is estimated to be more than 40% of total retail power sales in 2022. This contract with Southern California Public Power Authority saves $72.3 million over 4 years and provides green power energy for 116,000 LA homes annually. Under this amended agreement, LADWP will receive about 700,000 megawatt hours per year of clean, efficient wind power for 4 more years. For more information, please visit LADWP.com. The LA Board of Harbor Commissioners has approved a $2 billion annual budget for the fiscal year 2023 to 24 for the Port of Los Angeles. After sharp declines in cargo volumes in fiscal year 22 to 23 due to inflationary pressures, this approved budget predicts a 5.1% year-over-year increase. Per officials, an estimated $342.4 million will be allocated for operating expenses like supply chain improvements and facility and maintenance infrastructure. Funds will focus on container and cruise terminal modernization, improving transportation in and out of the port, and public access at the LA waterfront. The spending plan will create more than 4,000 jobs directly at the port and indirectly via infrastructure projects and other capital spending. To keep up with what's going on at the port, visit portoflosangeles.org.
Across our city, different organizations are celebrating Juneteenth, and the historic LA Central Library highlighted Black excellence with its June Jubilee event. With different activities and performances, African American culture and its unique stories were showcased front and center.
Welcome everyone to the June Jubilee. Indeed, it is going to be a lovely day.
We are at the Flower Street entrance to the beautiful Central Library here in downtown Los Angeles, and we are here for the inaugural June Jubilee, which is a celebration of Black excellence, a day long of programs and activities and musical performances that really celebrate African American history and culture, not only here in Southern California and LA, but really in our nation.
Juneteenth is important because it celebrates our freedom. African Americans that were enslaved in 1865 were alerted over 2 years after the fact that we were indeed free. So it's a celebratory event, and it's also to commemorate that special, very special and significant day. We're exploring genealogy, we're exploring health and wellness. We have fun activities like scavenger hunts for our children that kind of highlight different significant events of African Americans. So everything ties back to great achievements that have occurred. So it's entertainment and it's edutainment.
I'm just excited to celebrate June Jubilee, Juneteenth, and see the community out, as well as the library staff at the LA Public Library.
We hope that this is an opportunity for people just to learn more about Central Library and all of the collections and programming we have around the African American experience, but just that it's such an incredible LA institution.
To find out more about events and sign up for activities at the LA Public Library, visit lapl.org/events. How do you turn a good idea into a profitable business? Unfortunately, many people don't have access to resources that could help their business thrive. Dolphin Tank was an event that Vision Lab held for a group of South LA entrepreneurs to help them materialize business ideas that will close the digital gap.
This kind of event, which is called the Dolphin Tank, is the culmination and graduation of Visioneers. These are 15 entrepreneurs from South LA who are trying to close the digital divide for helping their community members, helping businesses in the neighborhood, helping start new businesses, and being able to come up with ideas that are different than the kinds of ideas we have at the city and city government, but really ideas that are going to be on the ground and impactful from the community. And this is one of a kind event. We don't normally do these kinds of entrepreneurships. Normally we're gathering kids from college. These are folks who come from all different walks of life and have really amazing ideas to make a big impact.
as an entrepreneur, I'm actually presenting my business idea based on the 2-month accelerated program that I was a part of that's helped me to organize my thoughts and my business messaging to actually get to the next step of getting my clients and rolling out my business for future profit.
We're looking for their ability to communicate their idea, to explain ideas on how they believe they can scale their business, who they believe their target customer is, and we're really here to provide encouragement and support.
We are a very unique type of program because we develop trust by the community. We basically have no prerequisites. We do have an interview where we go and see who we can help the most. There's a great demand. It could be at the very beginning, in the middle. They probably already have a little bit of income of their business, or they just want to implement it. So it doesn't need to be developed. It can be at a very conceptual level, all the way to some that are already doing it. So we help at all stages. We have a framework for each individual business owner.
The program itself is basically a step-by-step supported program to encourage you to go into business, and then being able to understand the steps in order to make that a reality.
In this week's feature story, our own Maria Hall-Brown sits down with Councilmember Hugo Soto-Martinez, an LA native and the son of street vendors. Since taking office 6 months ago, his focus has been on the homeless crisis and protecting renters, amongst other urgent matters. Let's hear the story.
When we think about community, right, this is what community is about. For workers, for people of color, for the unhoused, for immigrants, LGBT folks, and all the people our society neglects. Being part of a community is power.
He campaigned on building a people-powered movement, and the people voted. And in December of 2022, he was sworn into office to represent Council District 13. Hugo Soto-Martinez, hello, nice to have you here.
Thank you so much, Maria. Very happy to be here.
Okay, so there is the idealistic vision of, I can do this, something can happen, we can do change. And then there's the, now I'm sitting in the chair for 6 months and I'm seeing, how the machine actually operates. How's it feel?
I still feel the most optimistic that I've ever been in my whole life. But, the machine is real. Being an organizer is different than governing. Nobody ever does it alone. They do it because we're a community, and so we're trying to build that community in City Hall. I still wake up every day inspired and ready to fight, and I haven't given hope, and I think we're going to make a lot of positive change.
Homelessness, affordable housing, community safety, huge problems. How are you seeing District 13 fitting into the mayor's initiative?
I think we have a lot of alignment with the mayor, and so what we did that was very different from my predecessor is we hired 3 full-time staff, and all they do is homelessness. They take the calls from the constituents. They work with the different service providers in the area. It's like what we're trying to do is have like a conductor for the orchestra of the folks doing the work, and so far, it's been pretty successful.
And another issue that's obviously top of mind for you is fears people might have of evictions. So where are we on that? Because I know that was something that you're very vocal about.
Yeah, so I'm probably the only renter in City Council, and it is a concern. Evictions are going up. Now, luckily we passed 3 historic renter protections that will help folks, and there's many more that we want to pass. For one that we should absolutely have is if someone is being evicted or going through eviction proceedings, that they should have an attorney. The landlords, most of the time, they have an attorney.
Sure.
And so when you go, it's not going to be a fair fight. And in New York, where they implemented this, found that over 80% of the folks that had an attorney with them were not evicted. But to get to truly affordable housing, we've got to really look at different kind of models. land trusts or social housing or using our vacant land to do 100% affordable, for 99 years. We got to do it all.
If people wanted to reach out or get more information about what's happening in Council District 13, how can they do that?
Sure, so they can check out the city website, which is cd13.lacity.gov.
Well, it was delightful to talk with you, wonderful to meet you, and I look forward to having this opportunity again.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Attend this year's San Fernando Valley Pride event. Commemorate Octavia E. Butlers' legacy at her 76th birthday celebration, or learn to surf with the Los Angeles Rec and Parks program. All this up next on Things to Do.
Get to the San Fernando Valley for an unforgettable Pride event. Celebrate and honor the diversity and resilience of the LGBTQ+ community with your friends and neighbors. A lively march through the streets kicks off the event with a proud display of colors and a message of love and equality. After the march, the festivities continue with a block party at the Van Nuys Civic Center. Enjoy music, food, entertainment, art, and a resource fair. This is a fantastic opportunity to connect with the community and make friends while celebrating together. The San Fernando Valley Pride March starts at the intersection of Van Nuys Boulevard and Sherman Way Saturday, June 24th at noon, followed by the block party that goes until 8 p.m. Log on to culturela.org/events for more information. Join the LA Public Library in commemorating Octavia Butler's birthday. A renowned African-American author, Butler's science fiction writing imagined a dystopian future with a ray of hope. She was the winner of numerous prestigious awards for her lifetime of work. To honor the author, you'll be able to heat press popular Octavia Butler quotes and take green screen photos in the Central Library's Octavia Lab. Record your favorite Octavia Butler story in the podcast studios, select your own design for the button maker, and check out the 3D printing demonstrations. The program is open to all ages. Celebrate Octavia Butler's 76th birthday at the LA Central Library Thursday, June 22nd, starting at 3 p.m. For more information, log on to lapl.org/events. The Los Angeles Department of Recreation and Parks wants you to learn to surf. This Play LA summer program is designed for youth from 9 years old to 17 to learn basic oceanic safety through surf education. Participants will learn to identify beach hazards, body surfing, paddling in and around the surf zone, and of course, popping up and catching a wave. The first day of instruction is at Cabrillo Beach, and the following days are at Venice Beach. Transportation may be provided to and from the beach if needed from various rec centers throughout Los Angeles. The necessary equipment will be provided, including surfboards, wetsuits, rash guard, a t-shirt, and shorts. Surf camps run through August with day or week options. For more information or to sign up for the Learn to Surf program, log on to laparks.org and check out the Activity Registration tab. And that's a look at some things to do.
And that's it for this edition. I'm Natalia Bilbao, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. A reminder that you can catch us online at lacitywiew.org, and we're also on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.